And of course, Women's Month is drawing to a close, and one Zimbabwe-born woman has been standing out in Formula One. Her name is Stephanie Travers, and she's a trackside fluid engineer for the Mercedes AMG Petronas Team. She spoke to our reporter Justin Ford, head of the Belgian Grand Prix happening tomorrow.
Born in Harare, Zimbabwe, Stephanie Travers was 10 years old when her family left for the United Kingdom. She always knew she wanted to be an engineer, but only narrowed it down to chemical engineering while at university.
I decided to go that route as opposed to other types of engineering after attending various university open days and after reading up and researching about the different career prospects from that degree.
In 2018, she joined thousands of hopefuls for the position of a trackside fluid engineer for the world's top Formula One team, Mercedes AMG Petronas.
The word global deterred me. It was a global search. It deterred me at first, but my parents spoke to me and said, this is something that you've dreamt of from such a young age. Just focus on yourself and focus on your journey and go for it. The sky is the limit.
Engine oil, fuel and gearbox oil are vital components of a Formula One car. Her work is not only limited to motorsport, she also assists in the formulation of road car fluids.
My job is to ensure that the fluids that we provide are complying with the FIA regulations, and it's also to monitor the reliability of the engine and gearbox throughout an entire race weekend. Excessive wear is what I'm looking for, because wear is normal, but I'm looking for excessive wear.
Her love for motorsport started at a young age. She attributes this to her family.
My parents are huge Formula One fans, and my dad generally loved cars, so there was always an interest that was sparked from a young age. Watching Formula One races on a race weekend became a family activity. We'd sit and watch them and discuss the races. So the interest has always been there, and in traveling to races, it just increased. So I knew ultimately that one day I would hope to work within Formula One.
Formula One is a male-dominated environment, but for Travers, it has been a positive experience.
I was embraced with open arms by Petronas and the Mercedes AMG Petronas family, which made my transition into the sport very smooth. And I'm grateful to have an environment where I'm able to thrive and expand on all my knowledge and learnings from university. So it's an environment that I'm still learning. There's so much more to learn, and I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Travers and her work were cast onto the world stage when she accepted the Constructors' Trophy at the Belgian Grand Prix.
I wasn't expecting it at all. It was a complete surprise. The team actually asked me to go into the podium after the race, so it was last minute. It was such a momentous occasion for myself, my family and friends, and it's still difficult for me to put it into words, but I'm so grateful for the opportunity.
One of only a few women in the sport, Travers wants to be an inspiration to young girls.
So I would encourage anyone wanting to pursue a STEM career to do it and not let that deter them. Motorsport is incredibly competitive, and there's a huge amount of competition to get into it. So the competition is fierce, but I'm lucky enough to be living my dream, and I believe that if you work hard and are passionate, anything is possible.
Formula One is taking a clear stand against discrimination in all its forms with their We Race as One campaign.
I think it's very important that Formula One and the teams are using their platforms to make a clear statement against racism and discrimination of all forms, and to support movement for improving diversity within the sport.
Travers still has many plans for the future, including studying towards an MBA. But for now, she feels she still has so much more to accomplish in the world of F1.
This year has taught me anything it is to just live in the moment and be grateful for what I'm doing. I just love my job, and that is where my energy and passion is going at the moment.
Justin Ford, Cape Town.